What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and you're here for your free picks for Friday, November 3rd. Well, guys, after a few days of a break without games in the national leagues, we had a bunch of those cup competitions all over Europe. We are back at it with some free picks for Friday. And of course, as usual, we have another busy Saturday and Sunday as well. So stay tuned for picks for that. You can find them up on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. Just make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that like button, guys. We do appreciate it a lot. And it does help us in promoting our YouTube channel. For my best bets, click the link in the description of this video. That will get you up to my page on the Pick Dawgz website. And there you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. And of course, those long-term passes are probably the best way to go, especially now ahead of the weekend. You can get a 3-day pass, and that will get you covered all the way through the weekend. And if you get a 7-day pass, that will get you covered all the way up to the next weekend. And we have the Champions League once again on Tuesday, Wednesday. We have Europa League and the Conference League on Thursday as well. So check it out, guys. See if you like anything, and of course, sign up. On Friday, we have only four games on the top five European leagues. In the EPL, there's nothing on Friday, but it's gonna be big Saturday, so we'll stick to that on Saturday. While on Friday, we are gonna kick it off with Las Palmas versus Atletico Madrid in Spanish La Liga. And here we have two teams in quite a solid form, especially Atletico Madrid, who hasn't lost any of their last nine games. Their last six games have gone over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score has hit in five of those six games. And in this matchup alone, Atletico Madrid actually has been fairly dominant with 7 wins out of 8 games going back to 2015. There are some injuries on both sides, and yes, I know that Atletico Madrid is playing in the Champions League next week. However, they are playing against Celtic at home, and that's a game they definitely should win. But they also need a win in this game because it will keep them very close to Girona and Real Madrid in La Liga standings. And overall, Atletico Madrid has probably been the most consistent and the best team in La Liga so far this season. So I'm gonna go for the full value here, guys. I'm gonna take Atletico Madrid to win and over 2.5 goals at plus 148. I think that even Atletico Madrid on the money line is a very, very good pick at minus 167. Some books might offer a better price. But for me, I'm gonna stretch it and I'm gonna take Atletico Madrid to win and over 2.5 goals. For our next pick, we are gonna go to Bundesliga and we have Darmstadt playing against Bochum. Now, these two are very, very close to the bottom of the table in Bundesliga, and Darmstadt is the worst defensive team in the league thanks to those 8 goals they have conceded against Bayern last week. Now they have conceded 30 goals in total in 9 games, and that's an average of 3 conceded goals per game. Offensively, they're doing a decent job, scoring about a goal and a half, maybe a little bit less on average. While Bochum on the other side, defensively, they're not that much better than Darmstadt, but they are weaker when it comes to scoring goals, and they have scored 5 goals less than Darmstadt has so far this season. When playing at home, Darmstadt hasn't lost to Bochum in their last 3 games, and Bochum hasn't won any of their last 16 games. They are still winless on the road this season, and they have been scoring some goals. They have been doing it quite consistently. They have scored at least a goal in each of their last 3 games. And they have a couple of injured players. And on top of that, Darmstadt will be without a couple of suspended players who got red cards in that game against Bayern. So that's potentially a chance for Bochum. If not get a win, maybe get a point and at least get on the scoreboard. And when playing on the road, they haven't been scoring a lot, but they have been conceding a lot. So I think the goals are the way to go with this one. Both teams to score an over 2.5 at minus 130. I'm gonna take that, and should be an eventful game because I think that both teams will go for the win. In the Italian Serie A, guys, we have Bologna playing against Lazio, and this has the potential to be a very, very interesting game. Lazio barely got a win in their last game. Let me just find who they played against. They got a 1-0 win with a penalty in the last minute or something like that against Fiorentina earlier this week at home. While Bologna on the other side is now undefeated in their last 10 games. That's an amazing run for this team, and they are only 1 point below Lazio in the standings. Uh, and when playing at home, they haven't lost to Lazio in any of their last 4 games. Now, Lazio is playing really well right now. They have lost only one of their last 5 games. They have won the other 4 games, but they are playing in the Champions League next week against Feyenoord. And that's a game they definitely have to win, especially because they're playing at home, and it's going to give them a nice chance to qualify for the next stage. Bologna is missing a few players, I get it, but they have been missing those players for a while now. And even despite that, they are quite competitive. They're playing really well. So I don't think they deserve to be the plus 170 underdogs, even though Lazio is at plus 163 to win. Uh, I'm going to take a bit of a risk here, and I'm going to go with Bologna on the money line at home, plus 170. I think this might be a bit of a letdown spot for Lazio, mostly because they're playing in the Champions League next week, and I believe that in their heads they are already thinking about that game. And hopefully Bologna will know how to take advantage of that. So I'm taking Bologna on the money line at plus 170. And for the last pick of this video, guys, we have a nice matchup in the French League One. We have PSG playing against Montpellier. PSG is now on a 4 game winning streak, and they haven't lost to Montpellier in any of their last 9 games. Uh, at home, PSG is also on a 4 game winning streak. They're playing really well right now. They are scoring goals. And that's exactly what they have to do because they don't have the defense to rely on to keep a clean sheet because they have been conceding goals quite consistently. And on top of that, PSG has a ton of injured players. They're missing a few defenders. They're missing a couple of midfielders as well. And they are playing against AC Milan in the Champions League once again next week, which is a game they definitely could win and should win if they want to have a chance of qualifying to the next stage because I'm pretty sure Milan will try to push for a win. They are still winless in the Champions League, so they will definitely attack. As far as Montpellier goes, they have been playing in decent form. They have been fairly consistent overall this season as well. And on the road, they're averaging almost 2 scored goals per game. And their defense hasn't been the greatest, whether they play at home or on the road. But you know what? That offense, I think, will show up in this game once again. It is the PSG they're playing against. I think they will try to step up their game. I think they will try to get to the scoreboard. So I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one, minus 150. I wouldn't be surprised if PSG dropped points in this game. That's the reason why I'm not taking any sides in this one. But both teams to score is, in my opinion, highly likely to hit. And I think that even if you take both teams to score in over 2.5, you will not be wrong. So for me personally, both teams to score at minus 150. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. These were free picks for Friday. Feel free to check those betting tools we have up on the Sport Chat place. You can find them for soccer. You can create a nice parlay for the weekend, for the day. Check out some profitable teams, profitable goal scorers, and whatnot. It's quite a handful thing to have, and you can find it up on the Sport Chat place. There's a link in the description for that as well. So click on it, guys, and have some fun with it. That's it, everyone. Stay tuned for more free picks, and good luck with all of your bets on Friday.